Bible says he put them all out. He only allowed Peter, James, and John. Then it's going to follow Jesus. Third thing is you got to make sure you don't listen to the haters. Everybody don't believe he is a healer. And what troubles me is people will go all day long saying, I don't understand why you're going praying to God. Everything is all in his will. Whatever's going to happen, No. He gave us power to lay hands on the sick. He's given us power to cast out demons. So you got to remember, everybody don't have your best interest at heart. Therefore, Jesus took the haters out, and then he allowed his prayer warriors to come in with him. Thank God you got to link up with somebody that believes in prayer. That's the fourth thing to the following Jesus. You got to make sure you link up with somebody that know how to get a prayer through. Well, the Bible says Jesus went in and he began to pray over the young lady. He began to pray and ask God to heal and to wake this young lady up. Matter of fact, he told the Alice she's not dead. She's only asleep. Some of y'all that think some of the situation in your life is dead, it's not dead, it's only asleep. Your dream that you had is not dead, but it's only asleep. All of those things, those visions that God has gave you, you think they're dead, they're not dead, they're only asleep. Because if God gave it to you, He's sure enough going to make sure that you can maintain it. Well, the Bible said that he then prayed and he woke the young lady up and told the young lady to give her something to eat. And I want to stop by to let the world know that there's a benefit in following Jesus. And if you want to follow Jesus, you got to make sure that you stay humble and stay at his feet. Is there anybody here today want to be humble and stay at his feet? And if you want to follow Jesus, you got to remember today that God will provide your every need. For the Bible says that Jesus, when he got to the house, he began to put the unwanted people out of the house. And if you want to follow Jesus, you got to remember that everybody don't have your back. You got to know who really has your back. You got to stay close to Jesus, and you got to follow his every command. Is there anybody here today say I can follow his every command? His commands are to love ye one another. His commands are for you to bless him at all times. That's why David said, I'll bless the Lord at all times, and his praises shall continue to be in my mouth. Is there anybody here today got a praise and you got it in your mouth? Is there anybody here today sure enough got a praise? And if you got a praise, you might as well let it out. You might as well open up your mouth and begin to bless the Lord. It is in your praise that you get his attention. I heard Jay Harris when he went to Jesus. He said, Lord, I need you like never before. And I want to know today, Smith Rowe, how bad do you really need it? I want to know how bad do you really need it? Show me with your mouth just how bad you really need it. Open up your mouth today and begin to bless his name. Open up your mouth and begin to bless his name. I heard Can you forget about what you have? Is there anybody here? Can you forget about your social status? And can you, if you need the Lord, I need you to show up, come before His presence. I need you to make sure that you're in His presence. Open up your mouth and lift up your hands. Open up your mouth and lift up your hands and say, Lord, 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 I'm your child. I need you, and I need you right now. Say everything. What we call it all is Jesus. He saved Jesus. What I want somebody to do today, no matter what comes, and no matter what goes, stay with the Lord. Tell somebody, stay with the Lord. Stay with the Lord. Stay with the Lord. I've never seen Him fall short of His word. I've never seen Him fall short of His word. If He said, if that settles it, if He said, if that settles it, I just believe I'll stand on His word. I just believe I'll take Him at His word. If there ain't anybody here, if there ain't anybody here, gonna stand on His word. You wanna tell somebody, whatever you do, stand on His word. Whatever you do, take Him at His word. He will never fall short of His word. But you gotta stay with Him. You gotta follow Him all the way through. And what else you gotta do? You gotta make sure. You gotta make sure you keep all the negative people out of your life. You don't need no distraction. You don't need no distraction. You gotta tell them out. Get out of my house. You gotta tell anger. Get out of my house. You gotta tell confusion. Get out of my house. You gotta go home today. Bring out the house. Get everything that ain't right. Get it out the house. Get it out the house. You got to let the Lord in order for Jesus to come in the house. You got to clean all of this. You got to get all of the doubt. He can't operate as long as you got doubt in the house. Tell somebody, He can't operate as long as you got doubt in the house. He can't move as long as you got doubt in the house. Lord, create me. Jesus in the house. You gotta make sure you got somebody that's gonna help bring you through. You need somebody that's gonna help bring you through. Everything I need, I either have to get over to the phone, and I have to call my prayer warriors. I have to say, pray for me. Help me. Yeah. We all need prayer. Bible says that Jesus spoke the words, and a young lady found in the castle, being a young virgin girl. She got up, and when she got up, Bible said Jesus told her to go get her some bread because she is hungry. And they let me know also, he said he prepared a table in the presence of my enemies. I don't care what's going on if you're going to follow Jesus. The benefit is he'll never run short. If you're going to follow Jesus, the benefit is that you can do all things through Christ. The benefit of following Jesus is with his stripes, we are healed. But you got to be able to stand on the benefits. When all else fails, you got to stand on the benefits. God will never fall short. The benefit is, regardless what goes on, you got to stay with Jesus. You got to complete the process. Tell your neighbor, say, neighbor, you got to complete the process. It's not going to be easy. When you find him around the street blessing everybody, you find him blessing the neighbor across the street from you. Don't go ahead. Start praising God because you know he's in your area. Today, if you don't know Jesus and the pardon of your sin, you ought to come while the blood runs on in your back.